love our bold friends, but these two were an integral part of your favourite Aussie show, Studio 10, and shaped this show into what it is today. They don't need an introduction, but we'll do one anyway. Please give it up for two of our original hosts, Sarah Harris and
Oh, it's so great to see you guys. Says, mate, you're such a huge part of this show from the beginning. You still are. Tell us what you remember about those early years of Studio 10.
Well, first of all, I've just got to say, I've worked in a lot of newsrooms across a lot of shows and a lot of networks over the years. And the show that I have, honestly, hand on heart, the most affection for is Studio 10, because it is a show that has changed my life, not just professionally, but also personally. I have my babies here. I made lifelong friends. But that first day, oh my gosh, we were so nervous. It was just wild standing backstage before we walked through those doors. I remember turning to Joe and he said, "Is it too late to back out of this?" And I'm like, "Nah, the music's playing, it's time to go." But it was, from the moment we walked out, even though there were lots and lots of nerves, I felt like I was exactly where I needed to be. It was the start of something very, very beautiful. Pretty daunting working alongside someone as iconic as Ita Buttrose, but gee, I learned so much from that incredible woman and had a lot of fun with her along the way.
What were your first day memories, Ita? Does everything Sarah said ring true, or did you sweep in with some words of wisdom for everybody?
No, I think we were very nervous in the beginning. There's no doubt about it. But I think what we had was a lot of laughter on the show, and we made people laugh, and we had chemistry, and we were tested for chemistry before we all were signed on as hosts, and the chemistry worked, and the chemistry is still there because Joe, Jess, Sarah and I are all having lunch on Friday this week with the original executive producer Rob McKnight, remembering lots of fun times. And we did have lots of fun times. You just played Bold and the Beautiful before we came in, and one of the things we often did was our interpretation of The Bold and the Beautiful, which was always slightly different from the original show, but they liked it.
Oh, we all still love it.
You loved it, Ita. You loved it. You were swooning. And what about the dress-ups? We dressed up so much in the early days. We really lent into the bonkers kind of elements of the show. Obviously, Ita, they're gorgeous. Robbo, such a star, that kid. We did the Addams Family. Do you remember?
Yes.
That?
I remember being in Cousin Nick's wig all day.
That's right, yes, poor Anne was like with Cousin Nick. Jono dressed up as me, which was hilarious, and he just kept saying, "I'm having a baby, I'm having a baby." Joe and Jess dressing up as each other was just beyond. I still remember, Ita was Denise, and everyone was too scared to dress up as Ita because you don't dress up as a legend, so we made Joel Creasy dress up as Ita. He's like, "I'm terrified, I'm terrified."
And he wasn't very good. He wasn't very good. So I thought his characterisation left much to be desired.
We're telling
I think the other thing about the show, was that we could switch from serious to fun and then back again. And I'm just thinking of the time we had Malcolm Turnbull on the show before he became Prime Minister, and we had a psychic. And she said to us, "I don't think Malcolm really wants to be the Prime Minister." In fact, she said he'd make a good talk show host. And Malcolm's face was inscrutable. He just said, "Really?" And of course, as we all know, he went on to be the Prime Minister, and there's no doubt in my book that Malcolm Turnbull wanted to be the Prime Minister. The psychic was wrong. But it was a funny moment.
Oh, there's loads. We love seeing all these stories from the early days as well. Funny thing, Joe said the exact same thing before he came on this morning, Sarah. Is it too late to back out? Tell us about how you landed the job.
I just have to say as well, another part of one of my favourite parts of working on Studio 10 was getting to sit next to you, Tristan McManus, and getting to dance with you. Remember I broke your finger during the Grease dance? Someone commented on Facebook, "Sandy really is a heifer these days." And I'm sorry about that. I am sorry, but you showed me the moves, and you were next to me during a pretty hard time in my life, mate. So lots of love.
And you know, no, you and me as well. That's why we're just thinking back about that, because obviously you were there when I done one of these chemistry reads with you. I'm keen to hear about yours, like Ida just said.
Well, yeah. Well, you just surprised me. Remember that? And then you spun me around
Not my
the
one.
studio.
I don't care about my one. I want to know about your one.
Oh, my chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like one of a bunch of blondes that they brought in to test.
Television
I'm not
101.
even sure that I got the job, like on my merits. I think they might have got me mixed up with another blonde. No, it was a good way to do it. It was kind of daunting. I still remember I was working at Channel 9 at the time, and I'd taken the day off to go to the audition. But it just worked, and I felt really comfortable despite the daunting nature of sitting across from, you know, pretty big giants of the industry in terms of Ida and Joe. But and then Jess came along. Jess was just the perfect choice. And then, as we know, things change. It's a long time to be on air, a decade on air. We are so lucky to have had this opportunity. Beautiful Ange has been there the whole way through as well, bringing us exclusives that have gone absolutely viral when it comes to Hollywood and celebrity news. You, of course, we have gorgeous Narelda. Duty, who is just a breath of fresh air. I mean, was he grooming a poodle the other day? Watching him dressed up in hats. Yeah, that was just the best. I mean, we think we sometimes play clips on the project of the weird and wild things that Duty gets up to on the show, and I'm like, man, I miss those weirdos. It's more than just a job. You felt excited to get up every morning, you know, at what feels like an ungodly hour to me now, and you know, make TV and have a lot of fun. Like,
That's a
what
beautiful way to
privilege.
put it, Sarah. Is it also a way to show audiences a different side of you? And sometimes we see a different side of ourselves. Ida, what was that like, allowing people in to see a side of you that maybe you didn't even know was there?
Oh, I knew it was there, all right, but I think they didn't. I mean, I think people didn't realise that, you know, we could get up to a lot of fun and mischief, and that I had a sense of humour. So it was another opportunity, as Sarah said, to show people what you could actually do. It was a show full of opportunities, and it was great fun. You know, we used to look at each other, and I used to my great feat was to get Joe to say, I never thought you'd say something like that. And so I'd try very hard to make Joe say that. And whenever he said it, I thought, yes, got him. And it was really a victory.
It's one of life's delights.
It really has. It's been so great to speak to you guys today. Huge congratulations and celebrations too. Everyone, don't go anywhere. We have something very special right after this.